Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the regular meeting of the City of Charlestown Sanitary Sewer Board. Today's August 3rd, 2023. It's 10 a.m. Please join me as we rise and say the Pledge of Allegiance.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
You know, I thought we took her last night, but Terry and that other guy talked about tick bites all day yesterday, so it was in my head. Oh, tick bite.
We'll have our roll call. Nathan Grimes.
Present.
Ryan Hoskins.
Present.
Mayor Hodges is present, as well as Clerk Treasurer Donna Coomer. And we have Matt Duncan from Prosper on Todd. We have an agenda that's been provided. Entertain a motion to approve.
So moved.
I have a motion from Ryan.
Second.
Second from Nathan. Any additions or changes to the agenda? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Unanimous. Approval of correction of minutes from our previous meeting on July 20th, our current claims and our payroll allowance docket from July 16th, July 29th. Entertain a motion to approve.
I'll make that motion, approve as presented.
I have a motion from Nathan to approve as presented,
Second.
and a second from Ryan. No edits. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? That's unanimous. I don't think there are any public comments signed up. A little old business, new business. Tim, you got an operator's report for us?
Good morning.
Good morning.
No, I do not have a formal report for the board this morning, but I would like to update them on a couple of projects that you guys have graciously enough approved for us. The back truck, the combo jet back truck, has been lined and returned. This should pay dividends for us and give us more years of service, we're hoping. The other thing that I would like the board to be aware of today is, and this is a big one, the retention pond at Spring Street has been cleaned out. That is part of our agreed order. That was to be, the milestone for that was the end of September. It is done. Over and beyond that, there has been an inspection by the current liner that's in the pond. There are a few places that need to be patched, but both opinions that we have received so far is the liner does not need to be replaced.
That's very good.
That is a very good thing. I think we had speculated quotes up to $100,000 to replace that thing that hopefully we're not going to be looking at now.
So was there any kind of, did the hours of cleaning fall within the?
It did. We had, with any type of project like that, we had a couple of faux pas, but nothing major. Yeah, they were in and out in a week. They did have to bring in some equipment to put down in the basin itself rather than what they initially thought they were going to do. But it worked out very well. The company done an exceptional job. And I think the costs are going to be well within what was presented to the board.
Great.
Okay. Now, last but not least, we did have an inspection with IDM yesterday. I have not received that report yet, but I will advise the board when that comes in.
Thank you.
That said, I'll be glad to answer any questions you might have.
Is that a plane visit or?
It was a full-blown inspection. They inspected everything from the lab to the collection system. Again, I think just a little prelude. I think that we come out fairly well. Not unlike any other time they've ever been here. It's almost, dare I say, a justification process. And they've got to kind of cover.
They're gonna find something no matter
Exactly.
where they're at, yeah.
So, but nothing major.
I would think nothing new. I mean, we know that there are
Nothing new.
problems. In
Nothing
fact, there may be some things that are actually better than what have been. So
Right,
that's-
right.
And
So-
they know we're working on it. We've got the agreed order compliance plan, so.
They do. They do. But once again, once that report comes in, I'll make sure that the board's aware of it. If there's any response needed, I'll take care of that. And again, inform the board as well.
Tim, as a follow-up to the request on hiring the part-time staff member Ethan, so I did follow up an email, Dean Rogers of Baker Tilly, and asked for the financial review, because, you know, if you recall, I had a little bit of uneasiness about where we stood financially. While Ethan is a great young man, and it would be nice to train another future generation, we are still in a critical time for our plant financially, and I was nervous about that, so I emailed Dean, and Dean could not provide me great certainty on it not having a huge impact on our budget. His exact words were, "It would be lean," and you know, if the growth happens, could we do it? Possibly, but since it was a luxury, by your own words,
Exactly, it was.
to hire him, I would like to recommend the board that we not pursue that, just because, especially since Tim just last week also notified me that we are going to eventually need to update that televising equipment, and that's almost $100,000. So we're still in a few, too lean of a financial operating time for me personally to feel comfortable, or as a manager to feel comfortable moving forward with making that hire. And it wasn't for lack of review. I mean, I reviewed the finances with the clerk treasurer staff as well as with Dean, and it just, I would like to be in a better position to be able to do it, but I don't think it's a wise move at this time. So, I don't know if the board would like to ask more questions or overrule me on that, but I would feel better if we waited.
I guess my thought is if he's interested in the field, we could offer him to other treatment plants that everybody needs help.
Absolutely, and I would with this particular young
Referral,
man.
we have a referral
Show a lot of
interested.
interest, right.
So Ethan actually did reach out to me. He's got a job interview. He had a job interview yesterday somewhere. He did not tell me specifically where, but he asked if he could put me down as a reference and Tim, and I talked to Tim, and both of us are willing to serve as a reference for him.
Okay.
So, I mean, we're willing to give him that opportunity, and of course, comes with a favorable recommendation. I just think for our plan at this time and our finances, it's not a wise move.
Those things have a way of circling back around in time.
I appreciate the consideration and understand fully, so we'll keep an open mind going forward, and maybe Ethan might be there in the future
Who
for
knows,
us.
he might come a little more educated along the way in the future. We might be in a better place to be able to welcome him back.
Absolutely.
Thanks, Tim.
Thank you.
And then we have an engineering report from Jacoby Teams Lance. Lori White. Pass this down.
Good morning. Just a few quick updates for you. I will be as brief as possible. Regarding the treatment plant, Jim went to meet with the permit reviewer on the 19th and make sure that we were in a good place to have everything finalized that he needed to be able to approve the construction permit. So we have submitted the last little bits of clarification that he requested to him, and so we are just waiting to hear back, and hopefully that will be with a construction permit. Other updates, the next agreed order deliverable is just in September, so we still have a little bit on that, which is nice to have a little bit of a lull there. The Indiana American Discharge is under construction. They started that this week. They tapped into the wet well on Monday. We were there for that, and we will be doing inspection for them, not full-time, but pretty regularly, especially on construction critical items. And then for the sanitary sewer service area alternatives evaluation, I think Jim was with Tim and met in River Ridge regarding an RFI. Was that last week, 2 weeks ago? And just based on some information that we've gotten on these additional RFIs, we're wanting to make sure that we consider a couple things in there. So they are working through adding in a couple of those items for River Ridge to look at to that report. So, any questions for me?
Any questions?
Not for me.
All right. I can give the board an update on the bonding and the funding plan. So the council met in a special call meeting on the 26th and did adopt on first reading the bond ordinance. We're able to reach a compromise on the city's contribution from the cash reserves, making that total contribution 3.8 instead of 5. We've already given 8 for design, so it would be an additional 3 out of the cash reserves. That is palatable to the IFA and the other agencies that were involved. And so that bonding package is coming together nicely. The next steps, and Dean from Baker Tilly just yesterday confirmed that he's okay to send that on to the SRF for their review. they immediately got back and asked for some additional information. Donna's staff has been fantastic in getting that back to them. Heather responded very quickly, getting them back what they needed to move that process along. Matt's been particularly helpful with that process as well, helping keep the timeline moving smoothly and getting us into that summer pool opportunity. So it's looking very well. They did confirm yesterday that they are still committed to the $5 million grant on their portion, so that's good news. And Dean was working on setting those final numbers on how that amortization would look. They will consider that for their second reading at their regular meeting, which is next Monday, August 7th. Assuming that happens, it will move forward. There is a period of notification in the paper that has to happen in a 20-day kind of remonstrance type period that will occur. So we don't anticipate closing on those bonds. I believe the date was September 13th is the anticipated closing on everything, with the anticipation that once they do that on the second reading, this board will do the notice of award, the official notice of award at our next meeting, which will be August 17th or 16th, our next meeting. So I'll just keep you updated on that, but it's moving forward, and I don't know what you guys, but I'm eager to get this thing closed, and it's been a lot of work and a lot of...
Ready to move on to something else.
Yes, a lot of work and a lot of worry, and so I'm extremely optimistic about moving forward. But it's looking good. It's looking good. And that is most important, without a rate increase. So everything is coming together, as I think this board, the council, and I would like to see. Yeah. Any questions? Donna, you got anything you need from us other than signatures?
Thank you.
Matt, any updates from you?
No, we're plugging along and preparing documents for the sewage works bond, so.
Okay. With nothing else, I'll entertain a motion to adjourn. Motion for Ryan,
Second.
second for Nathan, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. We are adjourned. Thank you.